Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Ava wanted to say hi too. You see a little tail? How cute. You see it? Aw. Okay, today we're going to be talking about giving instead of receiving. This is part of the financial series that I'm doing. Again, I'm not a minister. I'm just a person that's really strong in their faith, and I truly believe that our money is not ours and it's God's, and we need to use it with His purpose. Which is why I started this, because no one really gives these talks on YouTube. No one really gives advice as to what to do with money, how to save money if you need to, how to do everything like that. Like, I'm personally in the phase of my life where I like things that are budget friendly, but a lot of people don't have to do that. And a lot of people can give more than I can because they're in a different phase of life. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, whenever you're first on your own or you're first getting married, those are really like difficult times to be able to give a lot of money, because unless you just have plenty of money beforehand, y'all are both like working towards having more money, and so it's difficult, and then you're paying for a lot of things to put in your home and all things like that. So this video is for the people like me. We can give and be generous with our money, and it's important to do that, and it's important to budget tithing, and it's important to budget just giving in general. But Ava, okay, sorry. But it's important to note that once you do get out of a little bit of a not financial pickle, but a financial, like, once you have more growth in your financial status, you can give more. You can give more, right? I'm gonna turn this off. It's really early in the morning, so I just wanted to make sure I was up. But you can give more to people, right? Like, it's important to be as generous as possible with our money, because God wants us to be generous and loving and caring towards everyone. It's very difficult for me to do that, especially whenever I know that they're going to take it with love, and like, I'm giving it in love sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I'm giving it reluctantly to people because I know that they aren't going to do anything with it, but then at the same time, it's not up to me to be able to decide what that person's going to do with what I'm giving, right? It's the intention behind what I want to do and why I did it. And if my heart and my intention and my mind is all with God and like revolving that around Him and like around my giving, there's nothing that can go wrong with that, right? I mean, the person might not take your money and use it for the right reason, but your intention and in your heart, you know that you were being hospitable with your money and you were being generous. And that is the most important thing that you can do as an individual striving to love Christ, is being in the right mindset. That's with anything in life, right? If we put God in the center of everything that we do, and we have the heart and the mindset of that, what else can go wrong besides the devil really hating that idea and wanting to change it, right? The devil and money are so correlated together that we have to be able to determine who is talking, like, right? Like, we have to know who's talking to us in our hearts and be able to separate the God and devil, because he will try to take your wealth. He will try to take that and turn it into greed and turn it into unhumbleness and really give you the heart and heart of a person that is extremely unkind, ungenerous, stingy, all the things like that. And there's a difference between being stingy with your money and like not giving it to anyone, and being very like on top of your money, if that makes sense. The word, it's like a gift of the Holy Spirit, fortitude. There we go, got it, thank you. So like, it's difference between being stingy and having fortitude, right? Having fortitude is being very responsible with your money and like having the heart of Jesus, having the humble heart, having the humble mind, and really giving to Jesus. And you're like basically with that mindset, but you just can't afford it right now, and you're just being very like honest and upfront with yourself and having the fortitude to give to your church, to Jesus, to charities, whatever you want to do, and give your money, but you don't give like with a unhumble heart or a disgusting heart or anything like that. Like you're using your fortitude to help you increase your financial gains, right? That's not the same thing as stingy. They're basically the principle of how and where money goes is the same because you're holding on to it, right? But the heart is completely different, which is why it's so important to, whenever you're budgeting or creating finances or creating anything, it's important to make sure that you have the right heart and the right mind with your money. I'm going to leave a couple, like a link to some Bible verses that I found online that have helped me throughout the years, not throughout the years, but I mean like throughout the months that I've been thinking and praying about my finances. It's been really helpful for me to be able to have those things, to be able to share with either the people that I'm giving to, whatever it may be, and it's quite amazing. And if you have children, I would include them in on this giving portion. I would include them in on learning how to take care of their finances, because I feel like there's no too early of a start, because you only have children for such a small amount of time, and it's important for them to be good functioning adults, not just with their mindset and who they are, but also with their finances. So that's just my opinion. Again, I'm not like a financial advisor or anything, but that's just my own opinion. And it teaches them just the importance of it, right? And I will say that in college, I donated to my church, and I donated to the specific charity that I wanted to, and it was with children and giving them not like only like fresh water and things like that. They were giving them a place to eat and clothed and taken care of. And it was like a legit group, right? And they sent me like this little bitty cross that I was giving to, and that is one of my most proudest moments, is because I was able to give and I was able to move my money around, because in college my money was tight, and being able to maneuver money around for my generosity and using Christ as my hope, because sometimes I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go, and I would just like throw the money in there anyways, and then God would give me extra money that week, or I would get an extra couple hours to work and I would get that money back. So he will be so reverent with you whenever you put on and clothe him in your financial journey. He will take care of you. Now, it's not going to be easy. Like, it's not easy to just not throw money away, but you know what I'm saying, like give money to people that you don't know, or to give money to people that are maybe ungrateful for it, or to give money to people that just don't have that same heart and mindset. It's so hard. It's so hard. And it's going to be very discouraging at times, especially even like through your financial journey, whether you're getting out of debt, whether you're just saving financially, whether you're having to just really manage your finances for the first time. It's going to be really hard. And you're just going to have to give yourself grace, a lot of grace in the very beginning, and then you're also going to have to give the people that you're giving to grace, because they are also human and they also mess up and they also don't know what they're doing with their finances most of the time, or maybe not, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't really know, but they kind of know what they're doing. But you really have to just give everyone grace. It's really difficult, it's really hard, but it's so fulfilling whenever you are able to do it, right? It's so fulfilling to know that what you are doing is fulfilling not only your heart, but could fulfill someone else's heart, and it could potentially plant a seed of what a true Christian should be. True Christianity is something that is not very seen right now, right? This is like not known or seen or anything. And including things like finances, right? Money is the root of all evil, right? It's something that humans naturally are greedy upon and naturally want to obtain but not give. We have to work against that. We have to work against what our flesh wants, right? We have to work against that, which is basically our whole entire lives. But we have to show that and model that for people. Because if we don't model it, how does that help anyone, right? Like, how does that help anyone else see what God wants us to do and see God in our lives? Like, you might be the only Bible that person ever sees, and your financial giving could be the catalyst for them to look farther into Christianity. You never know. Like, there's stuff that you just don't know. And I believe that it is so important to show your faith in every single thing that you do, because if Jesus is right here and your whole world that you live in and the things that you do and the job and everything that you do is surrounded by it, it's impossible not to show him. It's impossible not to see him in anything that you do. There is such a strong root of him. If you are rooted in him, everything else will show him, and it becomes not flawlessly easy, but it does make it easy to do. But the hard thing about that is that you have to fight to always stay rooted in him, because the devil is attacking you every single day to do something different. He's attacking you to be discouraged, to not want to continue to go further, to not give your money, to not make it happen. He's giving you the hopelessness that you need to not want to do it. He's working hard every single day, working around the clock to stop what has happened. He does that with everything in your life, especially finances, right? The financial burden that you hold in your heart, like any type of financial stress weighs on everyone's heart all the time, and that is where the devil's just gonna kind of like move in, and he's gonna stay there, and he's going to like continually tick at that button, right? He's gonna continually push at that button until you're like, fine, whatever, you know? And you have to make sure that that is the devil doing that, right? Because sometimes God will do that as well. Like, if you're in debt and he's trying to wake you up to be like, you know, you might want to pay this off, you know, like you might want to continue to pay for this, he is going to tick at you as well. So it's important to have the right mindset, the right heart to be able to determine which one is which. And it's just, no one explains this in a way that makes sense. Like, my parents explained it well. I would say, like, they pretty much taught me about finances, and then I kind of just like learned about it on my own because I was super interested in it. It just, I don't know, I've always liked finances, I've always liked saving, I've always liked learning about it. And I was not very good at that in college, so they let me mess up in college and let me like figure out like what the heck I need to do. But not until I actually was like on my own did I make sure that what I was doing was correct with Christ. Does that make sense? Which is why I find it super important to kind of just share that with your children, so that way whenever they do become older and they do become adults, you fill them with the right mindset around money. Now, people are very hard-hearted in the way that they picture finances and the way that they expect everyone else to think about finances. So yes, you are going to be different. Yes, you are going to be seen as different, but that's how they know that we're Christians, right? Like, that's how they know that we are different, right? They know that we're Christians by our love, like the song. Like, they know that that is what is going to be different. So I challenge you today to look at your finances, figure out where you can you can give to anyone, to anything. A lot of people have different like percentages that they give to the church, so it's like 10% or 20% of your income goes to tithing. I have not done that yet because I have a lot of other financial things that I feel like as long as you're giving all that you can, right? If like 10% is all that you can do, do it. If 20% is all that you can do it. If only 5% is all that you can do it, right? Every little bit counts. Every little bit God sees. And if you are making him and the money that you're giving to him or to a church or to something for him, if you are giving as much as you can, not as much as you can, but you know what I'm saying, like a big chunk of it to him, because he knows that that is what you can do and that's the best that you can do, it's the same as if you gave 20%, because you are giving as much as you can. If you listen to my very first video, I talked about that the woman in the Bible where she only gave like 2 pennies and everyone else was like dumping huge baskets. Right now, and in college, I was the one that was giving like this little 2 pennies. And in the Bible, he points her out and says, this woman gave all that she had. Well, everyone else was although making and putting in more, they weren't giving all that they had. They weren't having the mindset of, I'm gonna give everything I can to the church, to what I'm trying to learn. Like, they never had that mindset. But she did, and she gave as much as she could. And I believe in my heart that God is no different today, right? As long as we give as much as we can, as much as we give to him, he will see it, he will know it, and he doesn't ever condemn us for doing our best. So that is my video today about giving. If you have any questions or comments or any ideas of better ways to do that, leave it in the comments below. My comments are turned on for right now. I don't know if they're gonna turn back off because my videos, some of them are turned off and some of them are turned on. It's kind of weird. And I believe that's YouTube's way of not being able to let my videos be seen by people because it's talking about Jesus, but that's just my own personal opinion. I don't know, it's happened to a lot of other people as well, so I don't know. I tried to turn them back on, but they aren't working. So share this with people, comment down like below on my post or anything like that. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.